Hey everyone! Today I explain the method that I used to recruit more than 100 engineers. Specifically, you'll learn the best techniques that work in 2018. Let's get to it. What is the easiest way to recruit someone? Get a referral from a friend. Why? Because likely your friend doesn't want to harm your relationship and likely won't refer someone bad. A downside of this method is that the skills of the referral may not be an exact match to what you need. Also, if you need to hire a lot of people, your friends may run out of good people they know. So, what is my successful recruiting method? My method is based on using a funnel approach. You can also think of it as an upside-down pyramid. You start at the top with a lot of candidates, which gives you the broadest selection. Then you systematically narrow down the list at each stage until at the bottom you identify the ideal candidate. So why does my system work? In the tech industry, the pool of candidates at any given time is fairly large. If you don't have a system that targets the best fit at each stage, you will end up with a set of candidates where all are not that great. And what will you do in that situation? Settle on the best of these choices? That is not ideal. Here is my 8-step recruiting method. You start at the top with sourcing. Then you go to the resume review. I will go into details in just a second. Next comes the phone screen, followed by the hiring manager phone call. Then the candidate presentation and the team interview. Then the team feedback, and finally the new hire decision. In traditional sourcing, recruiters often look for keywords in resumes that candidates submitted to your job posting. Recruiters also may search websites like LinkedIn for keywords to find matching candidates. That is old school. We can do better. A better method is to look for blogs that engineers wrote for a technology that your team is using. This results in candidates that have been recognized for using this technology somewhere else and are also articulate and motivated. However, even newer sourcing methods cannot guarantee ideal candidates. They just provide you with candidates that might be a good fit. Have your engineers and the hiring manager review a dozen or so resumes to narrow down the list of people that fit the job best. Next come phone screens. Have the recruiter reach out to the selected candidates to describe the role and check their interest. And schedule a technical phone screen if the candidate shows interest. The purpose of the technical phone screen is to check that the candidate has the technical background required for the role. Have your engineers build a list with 10 to 20 questions. It is a good idea to mix easy with intermediate with challenging questions. Use the same questions for each candidate. This way you can compare scores to another. After the candidate's interest has been established and they pass the phone screen, have the hiring manager choose the best candidates for the role and give them a phone call. The purpose of this call is to explain the role in detail to the candidate and further gauge the fitness for the role and the interest of the candidate. Next, the candidate presentation. Have your engineers build a problem statement that candidates will prepare in advance and present during the first part of the on-site interview. The purpose of the candidate presentation is to gauge the motivation of the candidate and to create an easy way for the candidate to introduce themselves during the on-site interview. Start the on-site interview with all engineers that will work with the candidate in a room and the candidate walking the group through the presentation. Allow the group to ask questions and provide feedback during the presentation. The candidate's behavior will provide further insights into their style and their fitness for the role. Follow up with a series of one-on-one interviews where each interviewer deep dives into one technical aspect of the role. Ensure that the candidate is tested for hands-on skills. Like, for example, have them write code on a whiteboard, or get a loaner laptop and have them solve problems in Excel. In this phase, your team will gauge the skills and knowledge of the candidate and how they apply to their day-to-day functions. Ask your team to not share feedback until the candidate finished interviewing. Gather everyone after each candidate and have them share feedback openly. After interviewing all candidates, get everyone together to get consensus and choose the new hire. Share the feedback from the team with the recruiter and have them share the same with the candidate. Ask the candidate for feedback about the interview. When making an offer, explain each aspect of the compensation package and give the candidate a deadline to make their decision. My last tip: candidates who plan to stay with the company may prefer stock options over salary. Thanks for watching. You can ask me anything on Twitter, via email, or in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe. It is a good way to provide feedback and show your support. Thanks again. Bye!